let's start off with something that I've been meaning to talk about that I would have definitely talked about a lot yesterday, and that is pronouns, okay? Now, trigger warning to everybody. Obviously, I will be using pronouns when I speak because language requires the usage of pronouns. Trying to not use pronouns when speaking, difficulty not using pronouns when speaking. Pronouns are, of course, a fundamental part of the American language. It's a grammar thing. You know, we use it, okay? But of course, people, I guess in the UK, this guy specifically doesn't understand that. But it's not just the people in the UK. This is probably one of the greatest videos I've ever seen. It's so fucking funny from start to finish. We got to get into this. This is some weird British Gamergate guy, and he is just losing his mind over selecting pronouns in Starfield. And I said it's the perfect demonstration as to why we must bring back lobotomies. That got a hit, you know, kind of banged on Twitter, 7.9 million views, and it got the dumbest people incredibly angry. Like, I don't know how this went above and beyond. Like, it got the absolute stupidest motherfuckers on the planet, like, geared up. They put the fucking pitchforks out. They were like, how dare you? I agree with them. Okay, let's take a look.
Just want to say something to you, Bethesda. Just want to say a little something. There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off. Fuck that. Bethesda, there is...
Uh-oh. Boys, the headphones are off, yeah? The fucking headphones are off, yeah? You know it's about to be pound time. It's about to fucking lay it thick, lad. In the Bethesda.
Nothing I love more than to sit down, comfy chair, turn on my PC, fire up a brand new RPG.
He loves firing it up,
think,
mate.
Oh my God, just think of this world. Just think of all the planets I can visit. All the immersive things that I can get involved with, all the fights, all the relationships.
Okay, first of all, my boy, as someone who has like put in, 10 hours now to Starfield, let me tell you, probably not the best game to try and do that with. Just saying, okay? But not for the reasons that he's upset at. But that's beyond the point. Starfield, not exactly the best game to try and like immerse yourself in like that, right? Fucking hell. It's like if you put his head upside down, it's the same shape. Oh, yes, that's a statue of himself behind him. It's a fucking figurine, mate. Sorry, also, if you're this invested in Gundams and mecha shit, you can't be this much of a goon, okay? You can't be this much of a right-wing idiot. You missed the plot point of, like, every Gundam story, okay? Anyway, let's continue, mate.
I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns!
The way his, like, face moves, the way his mouth gets when he's saying fucking pronouns. This guy is a ledge, okay? 10 out of 10 rant. Absolute fucking ledge, man. Fucking ledge. We haven't seen thumb levels outside of the copper dogs in such a long fucking time, mate. He's dousing the fucking camera with his spittle, talking about pronouns don't current fucking day us. He is so good. I love this man, okay? I fucking love this man. I want to just like grab him from his cheeks, his jowls, and be like, I love you. You have given me a gift. You have given the world a gift by reacting this way to something so stupid. Now, I'm sure most of you have already seen this video by now, but to the select few who still haven't, what he is talking about here, the current daying us, is just character customization options. That's it. It's literally a thing that has existed in pretty much every single RPG for like the past 15 years, I would say. It still absolutely exists in many other RPGs that he, I guess, didn't even notice. Opera GX had a really good one on this. Everyone has pronouns, dipshit. It came free with your fucking speaking a language. Like, this is incredible. He is legitimately upset at just language. He's mad at language. He's not mad at like the culture or anything like that. I know a lot of people that are just as dumb as he is are like trying to hail what he said as though it's like some brilliant analysis, some secret that he fucking landed on, and he's like brave enough to say it. But he is hysterical about just a fundamental part of language which doesn't even play a significant role in the fucking game whatsoever.
Fucking gender ambiguity!
Gender ambiguity!
Fucking Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're We're boring. We're so fucking boring. We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism.
This part I love because, like, is he talking about himself? Like, what's happening? No, he's talking about Bethesda!
Bethesda Western Game Company.
Yeah, Bethesda Western Game Company. The West is fallen. The West is fucking fallen, mate.
Fuck your immersion. Fuck you having a good time. Fuck you falling into a world and just getting lost. No, no, no. Current fucking day. Fuck off!
I'm not kidding. I hope that these guys keep it up. I mean, they'll never stop because there's a market for this kind of thing. Because there are this many fucking idiots on the planet. There are so many idiots on the planet who like love this shit where they're like, he's speaking the truth. This isn't satire. He's definitely personally emotional, but he's embellishing a little bit. He's a creator. He's a content creator. I love him. I love him. He must be cherished.
You're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! You are a one-hived mind twat waffle!
That's the best part because he hits it with the most Marvel Cinematic Universe ass fucking line. Twat waffle is what he's got. Yeah. This is what he's mad at. Guys, trigger warning. Twat waffle! Yeah, if you don't understand it, Hasan the Hun, then you probably need one. Escapism is escape. Starfield is yet another property that forces present day onto people who just want a moment in fiction. Guys, I can't tell if people are joking or if they're this stupid. Pronouns exist in the English language. This is an English game, okay? Like it's made by an American company. Like pronouns is no different than selecting the gender, okay? You can't get around it. Like you can't, like, do you want to abolish gender? Like what's happening? Are you gender abolitionists? Are these people gender abolitionists? Like is that what's going on where they're like, I'm sick and tired of having non-neutral gendered language. He's fucking bullshit. He's fucking twat waffles. It's like I learned Turkish first. I am a natural native speaker in the Turkish language. The Turkish language has no gender pronouns. I had to learn the concept of gendered language and gender pronouns specifically when I learned English, okay? This is simply a part of, now I didn't say no pronouns in general. Of course there are pronouns, but there are no gender pronouns, okay? It's not because it's woke or anything. It's just how they've decided to organize their language. Now, it is obviously hilarious to get this mad about this situation, and it's even funnier to like legitimately defend this. You act like they're mad at English, but you clearly know this about trans issues. Don't hide it behind English when they're trying to be transphobic. Brother, it doesn't matter. Of course they're mad at trans people. I get that. But it's ridiculous. Like their anger is so unjustified. Just because they're mad at trans people doesn't mean that they have a legitimate gripe, especially because the perspective that they're angry at trans people from is one that requires to exist, is one that he is using. I'm using it when I say he, okay? Because their anger at trans people and their fucking mental illness towards trans people existing has broken their brains so fundamentally that they want to alter language in a way that some trans activists would probably even laugh at because it would be way beyond the pale of just like trying to abolish gender entirely in fucking pronouns, or trying to abolish pronouns in and of itself is a way to try to terrorize the English language specifically because of how fucking brain broken you are about trans people existing. Do you not get that? Do you not understand that? This is so stupid.
That's all you fucking are! And you wonder why people are getting so fucking sick and tired. You take everything we love, all our immersions, all our fantasies, all our escapism, and you just can't help shovel your dog shit, fucking crap ideology into everything.
I love this video for so many different reasons. One, because like it made him this mad. Like this is a full-blown adult male. How old is this guy? How old is this man? Do we know how old he is? I mean, people are just throwing numbers in there like he's grown-ass years old. I mean, he's 40 something. I hope he's 40 something, because if he's 30 something and he looks like that, my man needs to just, figure out self-care a little bit better. And part of that would be not getting so fucking like incredibly triggered about Starfield. Now, we haven't even finished this because you want to know what makes this even better? This part, the ending.
Every single solitary fucking thing.
He turns it on. He turns on the fucking game. He's just like solemnly cucked by Bethesda. He just goes right back into playing the fucking game, dude. I love that. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. The reason why you're this mad about something so minute, something so irrelevant in the grand scheme of things that doesn't change anything in the fucking game whatsoever and is technically necessary, okay, which ironically you might not even need to click on, for as far as I understand, and it just like it auto sorts depending on what gender you chose your character to be. Like this entire thing is partially exaggerated, but partially just like opinions of really sad, pathetic people and the anger that they have in their own lives that he's channeling through his commentary. But this was also brilliant. This was also beautiful. Here's another great example of this, okay?
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Apparently, this is a trans character, and he's like on the verge of tears.
It's infected everywhere.
Nerves kicking in.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
He got owned by an NPC, dude. Oh, a trans NPC owned him. He's literally fucking mauling at pixels. He's crying so much. And the sad state of affairs is that he's not sad because like pronouns exist and that made him like this emotional. The real scary or sad part about this is that he's performing for an audience of like-minded people. And if you look at my fucking QRTs, you will see those people out there who are just as stupid as he is. Maybe even dumber. You know what I mean? And that's why he's doing it. I'm so happy most of the normies online are clowning on him. Yes, and that is because transphobia, as I've said so many times, is actually a mental illness where you don't just like stay marginally transphobic, you invest your entire life into this action and it leads you to this weird place where you are lashing out at like any expression of gender that you have declared is actually pro-trans. This is the perfect example of like why the Republican Party's endless conquest to like eviscerate trans people inevitably falls into a category of weirdness that doesn't translate very well into the normie audience, the general base of voters who are like, why do you only, what is going on? I just want tax cuts, idiot. Shut the fuck up about like teenage gender mutilation or teenage genital mutilation or whatever the fuck you're talking about. It's gross. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? It's perfect. And this is what I talk about all the time. It's like this kind of terminal onlineness and like getting to this degree of transphobia, which is a mental illness, as I've said time and time again, leads you into coming across like an absolute fucking nutty psychopath to normies who are like, what? You just chose the gender of the character. Shut the fuck up. Move on. Okay? Trans shit is just the easiest for the far right to lure people into other ideas. Everyone I know that's far right wing was introduced with trans shit. Yes, but there's a delicate balance of transphobia that you can implement, and part of that revolves around not really pushing the trans button too hard. It's gotten to a point where like most average normies who otherwise could find themselves in the grips of transphobia literally look at a certain person and go, what is happening? Like, why did you just say this about like trans people? I don't understand. Like, I find them weird, but like, I don't get why you're fucking so mad about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's gotten to a point where everyone that's falling off, for example, in their careers will hit that button. Like immediate transphobia. Every right winger has to constantly fucking chirp about trans people. And because it's such a tiny fucking marginal group of individuals that like inevitably there is outrage fatigue, okay? There's outrage fatigue where people just go, dude, what are you doing? This is all you're doing. This is your life's work, really? Like all you care about is like killing trans people? Like Jesus Christ. BYT, I focus more as the person wanting video games to be escapism with stories without woke agendas pushed onto him. Yeah, except there is no woke agenda being pushed onto him. That's the point. And that's why normies have responded this way, where they're like, dog, it's a video game in space in the fucking future, okay? There is no like woke agenda being pushed onto you. The woke agenda being pushed onto you 10 years in the past was having a black character as a main character. Do you understand? The woke agenda is not a real thing. It's just like an inevitable aspect of more markets opening up, okay? And people from different backgrounds that enjoy being represented in video games. And then this like small subsect of the population that is not receptive to that change, losing their minds and crying and having fucking aneurysms on camera, okay? That is at the heart of reactionary politics. Normal people will look at a situation like this and go, oh, great, whatever, who cares? You click, move on. I want a he, him character. I want a male character. Click, boom, move on. That's what I did. That's what I made. I made a male character, right? If you are abnormal, on the other hand, even that normal gender selection process is considered a massive indication that this game has been completely captured by the woke agenda and it's fucking awful and blah, blah, blah. It's really stupid. It's really idiotic. And I'm glad that most people recognize how fucking idiotic it is, that even other people who are like maybe in the center or center right in certain issues are looking at this and going, dude, you're a fucking clown. Like, shut the fuck up. A trans person. You expect me to believe trans people exist in this universe? You expect me to believe there's a trans person on Captain Fishforhead's crew? Yeah, exactly. It's basically that. Gross. You can flirt with Samco and Starfield, says the gaming Christian. This is fine if you're a woman, but I always play as myself in a game. This also goes against the story as Sam is a straight guy, just like yours truly. So why is the option there for males? This is what I mean. This is like, these guys are just like babies. They're whiny little babies. There is no difference between this and the people that everyone used to dunk on in the fucking center-right circles, okay? Like, this is significantly worse than Anita Sarkeesian, because at least Anita Sarkeesian was like trying to apply feminist theory to fucking the medium of video games, and everyone got very mad at her. You know what I mean? Like, this guy is just reacting. Like, he's not even like trying to have an intellectual thought at all, and he's just like, gay people exist in the video game? That's fucking bullshit. Now, of course, the Act Man also went back and looked at this guy's take, so I wanted to see that guy who screamed about pronouns in Starfield thought about Hogwarts Legacy boycott, and I was not disappointed. The hypocrisy is prophetic.
I will not be berated, bullied, intimidated into not playing a game because you think it attacks you or goes against your ideology. Boo fucking who? Man up! Fucking pronouns! Boo fucking who? Man up! Fucking gender ambiguity!
There's literally a trans character in Hogwarts Legacy and also similar options of gender selection in Hogwarts Legacy. Maybe not as customizable as like Starfield, but shocking to find out. By the way, this in and of itself was unironically the example that I'm pointing to of like people on the liberal side overextending and losing their shit on IP that was dumb as fuck, which I talked about with great frequency at the time. And even then, the right wing literally just avoided hearing anything I was saying, refused to understand the point I was making, and immediately said Hasan is too scared to play Hogwarts Legacy. He's too afraid that people are going to yell at him. He really wants to play it. I fucking played it. It's not even that good. I played it. It was not good. It was just super mid. And I liked Harry Potter. I read Harry Potter. I liked Harry Potter. It was very stupid. Of course, I was not afraid of playing a video game, like blah, blah, blah. It's just like, it's so stupid. If I was afraid of my trans audience, then I wouldn't have fucking brought that up to begin with. And my disagreements with the trans audience, the broader, very vocal perspective coming from trans spaces online was like, if you play this game, you're transphobic, you know?
You think it attacks you or goes against your ideology, and you just can't help shovel your dog shit. You think it attacks you or goes against your ideology. Fucking crap ideology into everything.
What are you talking about, dude? Gender pronouns you used in that conversation. You're a fucking idiot. Here's the TikTok on this.
I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Sorry, do you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
You know, he knows not what he is mad at because he is just simply mad. We'll never win as a society on this issue if the options aren't there for trans community gets pissed, and if they're there, transphobic people get pissed, just people want something to be angry about. First of all, most people in the trans community don't even get fucking pissed when those options don't even exist. So that one is like not even a real issue, okay? Trans people, for the most part, only care about it if it's like J.K. Rowling making fucking commentary. That's how prescient and how good this kind of propaganda is, that you got motherfuckers that still are going like, oh, trans people get real mad when there's no non-binary options. Like, no, man, there's like extremely online people on either side of the fucking spectrum. They get mad as shit all the time. It's still fucking goofy, okay? Every year since 2019, games were getting progressively fucking worse, okay? And a big part of that is because, you know, and everyone would always say, well, what are you talking about? Look at indie games. Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. The point I'm trying to make is that it's been a big year. It's been a big couple years for games, but there was like a dead area, I think, where where AAA titles were just like basically re-uploading the same fucking IP with like a newer skin on it, okay? And that is not because they were doing wokeness. That is because they were trying to maximize on revenue. It's capitalism. There's not fucking wokeness that you hate in video games, as evidenced by the fact that, for example, nobody's fucking complaining about this shit in BG3. Baldur's Gate 3 has the same exact customization options, okay? Even more. They've genital selection and shit. But no one is fucking chirping about that. One, because they're not geared towards getting mad at that. And two, because they've made like an objectively good product. If you make an objectively good product that you put a lot of thought and a lot of effort into, it's a lot harder to fucking criticize it this way. And the irony here is that with Starfield, there are plenty of good criticisms to make about the game. Even in my short 10-hour span of playing the game, I found myself literally putting it down, specifically because I found the multiple mines that I had to go into a little bit too repetitive, the combat in of itself. I have talked about it briefly in this Twitter thread as well, where I said, bro should be mad about the menu maps UI being confusing, the game is not optimized well for PCs, or the main quest is kind of dull in comparison to side adventures, but he's mad about pronouns. You have to choose like every single game where there's a character creator, okay? It's like there are plenty of issues to criticize Starfield on. A lot of fucking loading screens, for example. You got people who are like, the game runs perfectly fine on PC. What are you talking about? Like, bro, if you don't understand it, then it's not for you, okay? Imagine being a multi-millionaire capitalist and bitching about capitalism on the internet in $1 million home. First of all, $3 million. Get it right. Maybe it's the fact that all those problems you just mentioned are a product of the people who have their priorities mixed up. Yeah, dude. They spent all their budget on the gendered option. Fucking so stupid. It's so funny. No, every single game asks you for your gender. Pronouns is a weird, wild cope, and it's going to make a lot of people annoyed. You know this. Is it true you never reviewed the Harry Potter game? Biggest game of the year plus? The Harry Potter game is the biggest game of the year plus? What the fuck? Because you were scared of the tiny fraction of people who were impotently protesting against it? Can you speak on that, please? Because it's a very bad look, if true. Maybe it's not. Like, doesn't even fucking follow me. Like, I wonder. This guy's like been a big fan for a long time. You're a famous video game reviewer, right? Why didn't you actually review Hogwarts Legacy? The reason why I wanted to show you this is because I wanted you to see how fucking stupid people are, okay? They get extra stupid about this kind of issue. YouTuber Heels versus Babyface is a meltdown on camera in response to video game Starfield, allowing players to choose their pronouns in games such as Snowflake. Conservatives when a video game offers customization to make a more immersive experience. Yeah, it's just like, it's so stupid because if the game didn't actually like, correctly pronoun you, you would be even more angry about that. So, also, yeah, that is the greatest fucking lie. This guy's name is Babyface. I didn't even know that, but I find that very funny. We're moving on from this to another person who was also mad about pronouns, but in a different way. Dr. Disrespect was rejected a Starfield sponsorship deal due to his recent transphobia, and he got triggered on stream because the head of Bethesda Publishing has pronouns in his bio. These guys wouldn't survive Modern Warfare 2 lobbies if pronouns trigger them.
Him. Got it.
He, him. Right.
Okay. Now everything's starting to make sense. Everything's starting to make sense now. Everything's starting to make sense. Got it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You don't come across very disrespectful when you are, you're making assertions off of someone putting pronouns in their bio. That's not like disrespectful at all. It's just like you, Dr. Boomer is a little bit better than that, which sucks because like, I think he's a good entertainer. I've said this before. I've defended this. I've even said this while he was shitting on me, calling me a big fat phony for ripping into him about cheating on his wife and caring more about Nick Merckx's like sponsorship deals with fucking Activision, Call of Duty than, caring about his marriage. And even then, it's like, it's funny. He's a funny guy. You know what I mean? Doctor is commonly used as a noun, but it can also be a pronoun, as in this question. Pronoun is a word that is substituted in place of a noun or a noun phrase. The English language is strange. Anyway, so let's keep watching this.
I gotta say this, Chance, for just real quick. I just gotta get it off my chest. Obviously, we've been hyping up Star Citizen for Starfield for a long time. We've been making it very vocal, right, Chance? We had our team reach out. Hey, can we work with you? Can we do something?
Due to past controversies, there's no way we can work with Dr. Disrespect.
How about just give me, let me play the game when some of the others are playing it? How about that?
Yeah, that's still the case.
Meanwhile, Hazan over here was doing warp speed on Todd with no sponsorship. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing the same thing he's doing. He's playing it early. You know why? Because he, just like myself, is a sucker who paid $100 to play it early. The difference between me and him, though, is that Bethesda at least sent me a fucking early access key 2 days after I had started playing the game already. But so there is that.
Anyways, Champ, we just had to get that off our chest.
So he's just mad that like his disrespect has shut off certain opportunities to make money. Now, of course, I retweeted this absolute banger. He says, bro cheats on his wife, but is triggered by pronouns. Like, my guy, you're worried about the wrong she, her. Let's be real. That's like, it's over. It's Jover at that point. Okay.